everybody. Ready to go? Now it's the rookie. First baseman, Joe Brandon.
First baseman, number 37.
Swing and a miss. There's the slider. And we are underway here in San Francisco. And that is cut on and missed. And the count is 0-2. Got him swinging. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers can sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting the ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
Slice down the right side. One down, base is empty. This to third, and that one handled. Slings to first. 2 up, 2 down. And up next for St. Louis, Josh Baxter, coming off a 4-hit effort in yesterday's game. First pitch misses.
Ball.
2 outs, base is empty.
No.
Not even close there. And that's ball 3. And that one clips the corner.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
The 3-2 is outside, and it's ball 4.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
So 2 down, Joe Brandon. Next up for the Cardinals, and ball 1. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Brandon makes the catch, and that'll do it. The Cards leave 1, and now we'll see what the Giants can do. No score. Back here in San Francisco, our starting pitcher in this one, Howard Hagen.
It's a tough veteran lineup on the other side, but I'm excited to see what this rookie can do in this one.
And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Brandon. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Swing and a miss at a slider. Hagen, a big part of the storyline for us today. He's making his debut and hoping to carve out a valuable role in the mound with this ball club. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
At this point, it doesn't matter if you're a first rounder or an undrafted free agent. All that matters once you reach this level is producing. Can you help your team get better? It's a big question. That said, you don't want to put too much pressure on your debut. I hope he's taking time.
Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustments. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Will Smith in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Fought off foul. And that's downstairs. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Line drive. That's a base hit into right field. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Joe Brandom, the next Giant to hit. Good power. Not great in the OBP department. Into center and a base hit. Throw and it gets away. Coming home. Safe. And it's 1-0.
Well, that right there is a pretty clear example of why making a clean, on-target throw back into the infield is so critical, but so many times it's easily overlooked. You can't be careless about it as an outfielder. Doesn't matter if you're throwing to a base or a cutoff, you have to give them something that they can handle. That cost them a run as a result.
Joe Brandom now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Next offering misses down and away.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hit on the ground to short. They limit the damage here. All set for the start of the inning. And now the Cardinals catcher, Joe Brandom. Quick, back to work. And that is out of play. Quick goes 6 feet 5 inches, 195 pounds, and he was a 5th round pick back in 2025. Swing and a pop up. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. And the 0-2. Line drive, takes it in for the out. Now the left fielder, Joe Brandom. That missed by a lot. Ball 1. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. And now 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Brandom hauls it in, and there's 2 away. Joe Brandom next up for the Cardinals. And that one a little below the knees. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That's a little bit low.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
And that one popped in the air, left field. Makes the catch, inning over. We played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom half of inning number 2. And digging in for San Francisco, Joe Brandom. The pitch. That misses, and that's ball one. That's to third. Random. Tosses to first. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting seventh, left fielder.
So digging
number
in,
29.
Joe Random. Trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. That one finds the corner, and it's 0-1. Foul ball there. One out, base is empty. Fights it off, he'll see another. And that is downstairs. And it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Now a chance for Joe Random. And first offering is fouled off. That clips the corner. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Next one just misses. Going to count 1-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground. Fair ball. Runner at first with 2 away. Now it's the right fielder, Joe Random. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in. Misses inside, and that is ball 1. And that one fouled off. And a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Now batting, number
Back
31.
to the top of the lineup, Joe Random, the next Giant to hit. He's 0 for 1. And there's a hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make a play.
Joe Random, the next Giant to hit. Wide to center his first time. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Next offering is fouled back. Two outs. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Bottom half of inning number 2. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And here it comes. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now a 2-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Oracle Park, new inning getting started. Now the third baseman, Joe Brandom. That is upstairs for ball 1.
Ball, that's off the plate.
And there's a foul ball. The 2-1. Inside corner, and that's called a strike. That's out to center field. Random. And there's one down. Now here is Joe Brandom. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Swing and a pop-up. Hauls it in for the out. And here's the St. Louis leadoff man, Joe Brandom. Struck out swinging his first time. Hard ground ball, base knock. And that keeps the inning going. Now up for St. Louis, Joe Brandom. 0 for 1 so far. Line drive, makes the play, and it's out number 3. So 1 left. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Second baseman, number 34.
First pitch just misses. To the right side, Brandom takes it himself. 1 gone, bottom of the 3rd inning.
Now batting, number 1.
Now Joe Brandom. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Right through there for a strike. The next pitch misses, and now it's even 1-1.
That two-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
Next offering is down low.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
And down on strikes. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished. Right down the middle, 32. Just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Random batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. Comes up empty.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
And takes low for ball 1.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Now 1 missed.
2 strikes.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Giants go down quietly. They're up 2-0. And we're back onto the 4th. Now it's the shortstop, Josh Baxter.
21.
That's off the mark.
That's a ball.
Ball 1. And that drops in for a strike. That one misses, and it's 2-1. On a line, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line.
Now
you know,
batting,
hitters,
number
they take so many
33.
reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Trying to move him over here. Smith. Off balance throw in time. That's the first out in the top of the 4th.
Now batting, number 34.
Joe Brandom next up for the Cardinals. He's 0 for 1. Right through there for a strike. Quick checks the runner, and he dives back in safely. So man in scoring position, and now the tying run comes to the plate. Top half of inning number 4. And that one is downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the ground to short. Whips it across. He's out. Pretty good job on the mound in this one, Siggy. It feels like we've seen a lot of off-balance swings.
Yep, with just 1 free pass, and obviously he's not a big strikeout guy, but he gets soft contact and he gets outs.
Random in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. In comes the run from third. It's an RBI single. It's 2-1.
Puts a run on the board and
Now
picks up
batting,
an
number
RBI.
36.
Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Joe Brandon. Fly to left his first time. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Next to hit, Joe Brandon. And a base hit on the line. Around third. He scores to tie it up. It's an RBI single. It's 2-2.
Huge game-tying at bat right there. Came through in a big spot to drive in the run. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Random up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. And there's a ball.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 2 outs. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Random in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. 2 outs, a couple of base runners at first and second. Cut on and lifted in the air. Makes the grab, and that's the 3rd out. They get 2 and draw even again. On now to the bottom of the 4th. We are tied 2-2. Bottom of the 4th.
Leading
at the
off
plate,
the
Joe
Giants.
Random.
Third baseman, number 33.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And that one fouled off.
Well, these Giants doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well. Still relatively early, but with a pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight
Now
strikeouts.
batting, number 29.
Joe Random, the next Giant to hit.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
And that's in there at the knees.
0-1.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Just
Outside,
off
that's
the
the ball.
outside part of the plate. And that
That's ball 2.
misses. Ball 2.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Headed down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. And that's
We got a full
downstairs. 3-2 now. On the ground to first. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Gets it there in time, though. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
Now here is Joe Random. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Just
that's
missed. Next offering is in for a strike.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Ground ball to the right side, and it goes just foul. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And a foul ball, he stays alive. 2 down, nobody on. Out there to center. And that'll fall for a base hit.
Now batting.
And now the right
Number
fielder,
13.
Joe Random. A single his first time. Going away.
0-1's the count.
And that's
That's out.
outside. Random off of first with 2 away. In there. And so now 1-2. Now this is in the air down the line. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. And that one goes straight to the backstop. And the runner stays where he is. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two outs. Ground ball up the middle. Finds its way through, base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Stepping in, Joe Random. Just missed. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. Movement in the bullpen. Joe Random up and loosening in the pen. Random warming up as well. That one the other way. In plenty of time to first, and that will end the inning. So they strand a pair. On to the top of the 5th we go. We are tied 2-2. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Quick, back to work. And there's a strike.
You know, these Cards doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out 1 time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning. All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point.
Joe Random getting ready to hit. 0 for 2 in this one. Right through there for a strike.
Ball.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Line to right, and that'll be a base hit.
Now batting, number 21.
Go ahead run on base. Baxter digs in now. A walk, and he's also singled. Pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0. Swing and a foul out of play. Line drive, base hit right field. The relay to third, in there safely.
Couple of singles back to back. Just a
Now
cookie
batting,
down the
number
middle. I mean, those are the
33.
ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
Random can't hold up, and that's a strike.
0-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Ball 1.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Joe Random getting loose out there. Random getting cranked up as well. Two on, one out. That's
Ball
down and
2.
in.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
2 balls, 1 strike.
In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get ground ball, double play.
2-2 now. Got him! Huge strikeout there.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this
Now
pitcher
back,
has to
number
step up and
34.
get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Digging in, Joe Random. Just missed.
1-0.
Two on, 2 outs. That one's in there. That's strike 1.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they creeping into my mind right now.
2 on, 2 outs. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Pitching for
Back
St.
now to
Louis.
start the bottom of the 5th and taking
Number
over on the
3.
mound, Joe Random.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen.
Leading-
Will Smith will hit next. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. And a foul ball.
All these Giants putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. So far, they have 6 hits in the counts where the pitcher has had the advantage, so it hasn't been easy for them, but they're finding a way to get it done.
That's too low. Yeah, that's ball 2. That one fouled off.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
On the ground, right
that's
side.
foul.
And that's just foul. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Last half of inning number 5. And that just misses. Foul ball, and it remains a full count.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Cold strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the. Top of the 6th inning. Now up for St. Louis, Joe Random. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike. Ball, that's out.
And that one fouled off.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
On the ground to third. Can't glove it cleanly. Still finds a way to get off a throw. And they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
Now batting, number 36.
So up next, Joe Brandom, 1 for 2. Right through there for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Strike 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to stay on. You don't want to get beat inside. And as you see that pitch continue to run away from you, by the time it's in the catcher's mitt, you think it's a ball off the plate away.
In the air, right field, Brandom moving under it. And that is that. So they make short work of him there. 6, 7, 8 due in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Giants 3 and the Cardinals 2. Back here in San Francisco. And now it's going to be Joe Brandom. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the right fielder, Joe Brandom. He was late there, strike 1.
0-1.
And that is out of play. Missed with a changeup. Now 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Looking to get the tying run on base. That one missing inside. Got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Anthony Quick out of the game.
Well, Boog, as he leaves, he's got a shot at his first MLB win. He's going to need the rest of that staff to step up and preserve this narrow lead, though.
Now pitching for
Joe
the Giants.
Brandom on to pitch. Well, 1-run game. Josh Baxter now at the plate. Brandom back to work. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And that one is lifted in the air. And it falls. And the tying run is on base.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. And now let's see if they force some
number
action
33.
with good wheels on the bases.
Now it's the DH, Joe Brandom. Bunting, but that's a foul ball. And he bunts, but that's foul. Strike two. Gets the bunt down the right side. Random. 1 at second.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Here comes the manager out of the Giants dugout, and he will make a move to the pad. Joe Random will depart, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
They
the
hand the ball
Giants.
over to a new arm, Joe
Number
Random.
6.
Joe Random. Three, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Will Smith getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. First offering, and it just misses. Random in his second season. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, and he occasionally uses a curve.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Outside low. 2-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to.
For the Giants.
And we're back. All set to start the 9th in this one. Here's the third baseman, Joe Random. He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Zips it across, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Well, he certainly didn't look comfortable or fluid on that play. And later in this ball game, this could come back to bite him if a ball is hit to him and he's playing that same position.
Swing and a ground ball, and foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away here at the top of the 9th. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-2. On the ground, right side, Smith. And a couple of quick outs.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently.
It
doesn't matter
number
how many
37.
highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
Ground ball to short, and this ought to do it. Throw to first, ball game. And the Giants collect their first win of the season. Quick with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case, as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
And your final score, 5-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon. So just about set now. Pitching in our game today, Stephen Lee.
Well, the key for him usually centers around his ability to command all 4 of his pitches. I mean, he can get by with 3 if one isn't working, but it becomes a little tougher to keep hitters guessing, especially when you start to get through the second and third time through the order. So we'll see how he incorporates all of his stuff into this one.
And it's even up. And fires in a fastball at 95. And downstairs.
2-2.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch. Now it's the second baseman, Joe Brandon.
Number 32.
That's inside. Just missed. Swing and a miss. Now 2-1.
2-1.
Fought off foul. He goes down looking. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers can sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
2 out, space is empty. And a swing and a miss there.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Reds down in order. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here at Fenway, starting on the mound in this one, Charlie DiMaggio. What do we need to know here?
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because, you know, guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count, and to opposite guys be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
The 1-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Leading off
down the number 2
the
hitter, Joe Brandon.
Right fielder, number 30.
Drops a bunt down the first base side. Bare hand grab, and very nicely done for the out. Time now to check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, you know, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because It's
Batting
very
fourth,
frustrating.
catcher,
You
number
just
18.
hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Lane Huffman stands in now and watches strike one.
Well, a good first pitch changeup there. In order to be effective, you've got to really sell it. Good arm speed, and it's got to be down in the zone.
Just missed.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Tap foul at the plate. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Oh, right to the backstop. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Have to be really sure you can make it safely to third when you're in scoring position and 2 outs. Got to get that run across. Very important. Does a nice job of reading it. Gets to third base, now just 90 feet away.
Swing and a base hit. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. Just kind of sliced that one into center. So digging in, Joe Brandon. Looking for his first big league hit right here. Outside low. 1-0. Swing and a miss as he was late.
1 ball, 1 strike.
That's in there. And a count 1-2. Slow roller up the middle. Random. Fires over to first. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Second inning set to go. And now here is Joe Brandon. Lee back to work. In the air, right side. Joe Brandon will hit next. Lays down a bunt to the right side. They put the tag on him, and he gets the job done. Joe Brandon, the next to hit for the Reds.
Number 3.
And there's a foul ball. Brandon, the runner at second with 1 away. Late with the swing there.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Man at second. Battling here as he fouls it away. That hits the dirt, and that's ball 1. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call.
Well, even if you don't feel great about it, you got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just put the ball in play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
Joe Brandon, the next to hit for the Reds. First pitch, and he just misses. And another ball. Runner at second, 2 down. That one finds the zone, and it's 2-1 now. Tap to first. Dives, and he can't hang on. The throw is still in time, and they do get the out. So 1 left for Cincinnati. They're down 1-0. Bottom of the inning.
Leading
Here's the
off
shortstop
for the
at the
Red
plate,
Sox.
Joe Brandon.
Shortstop, number 29.
And that one is downstairs. And that is ball one. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike one. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Trying to pick up his first knock in the big leagues. Shortened a bunt and missed it. It's 0-1.
Oh, this is a case of just slowing the game down. Sometimes you get so concerned with getting the job done, you forget that you still have to get a good pitch to do the job with.
Puts a bunt down. Random. The throw to first. That's one out the bottom of the second.
There was a time where that sac bunt was just ho-hum, very basic, but is increasingly difficult as it's become to get bunts down in the big leagues. Nice job right there.
And that one gets past the catcher. With no advance, that's ball one. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and it's an RBI single. It's 2-0.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Now at the plate, Joe Brandon. And he pops up the bunt. 2 down.
Now batting, number 3.
Here's the left fielder. In the air to left center. Random. Sizing this one up. Drops into the glove. And the inning is over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And back here at Fenway, top half of the third inning. Here's the rookie right fielder, Joe Brandon. Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-1.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
And that misses. And 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's outside.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Hit in the air, right field. Random hauls it in, and there's one away.
Batting ninth, center
In now
fielder,
for the
number
Reds,
7.
Joe Brandon. First pitch misses. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it drops in. So a man aboard now with one away. To second, and he's safe. So back to the top of the Reds lineup. Next to hit, Joe Brandon. First time up was a pop out. And that one in the air center field. And he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Joe Brandon, the next to hit for the Reds. Struck out looking his first time. Clips the corner, and that is strike 1. Foul ball there. The 0-2. Stays alive.
Wow, he got away with a mistake right there.
See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today. A hit and an error in the inning, but they fail to score. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Red Sox 2 and the Reds nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Right fielder, number 30.
A changeup missing.
Down.
Ball 1.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
The other way. This looks like extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. He really shot that one down the right field line and somehow found a way to keep it from slicing foul. One thing that was great about the approach, his head was down all the way through the pitch, and that's how you do it.
Valencia, the next to hit, takes ball 1. In the dirt, it gets to the backstop. No advance, though. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the last half of the 3rd. Pitch misses, and now 3-0.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate, runners in scoring position, and a hitter's count.
There's the strike, 3-1. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Pulls it in on the run. Runner tags at second. And the throw's offline, safe at 3rd.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Huffman at the plate now. That's ball 1. One away with a runner at 3rd here in the second game of the series. Yeah, that's fouled off. Outside low. 2 balls and a strike. It's in and out of his glove. Still able to fire over. In there. He scores. And they're up by 3. 1 down. Joe Brandon up next for the Red Sox.
And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Squares, pushes at it, misses it. It's a strike. 0-1. Gets the bunt down the right side. Random to second, pulls him off the bag. He beats the throw, and they can't get the out.
Sometimes you can get a little too aggressive trying to cut off that lead run and try to make something happen that really isn't there. Got to take that sure out at first base. Not sure what happened right there in terms of communication.
Squares to bunt, but that rolls foul. Sack bunt towards 3rd. Random. The throw to second is offline.
Well, that's not a familiar throw for this guy. He's not used to playing in that position, but for some reason they've got him in the lineup in that spot today.
Pitching for
Joe
Cincinnati.
Random will take over
Number
here.
22.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
And this one gets away and can't squeeze it. But no advance from the runners. Activity in the bullpen. Joe Random up and throwing. The next offering misses. 1-1.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
That's in there, and the count 1-2.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. 1 run is in. Now 2 runs score. To third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with 1 gone. Joe Random with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you can take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you worked to get here.
On the ground, a second, might be 2. Off balance feed, there's 1. And that's all they'll get.
Well, when you've got a guy playing out of position, you'll see plays like this. That should have been a double play, but the feed to second took way too long. It's hard to blame the guy since he didn't ask to be penciled in at that spot.
Random in the box here, lets that one go for a ball. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Two outs. Close, but called a ball. Now 2 balls and a strike.
2-1.
Fouled off left side. Random off of first with 2 away. Just misses with that one.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
That one the other way. He takes it on his own, and they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. So it's 4 runs for him, 3 hits, a couple of errors, and 1 left on. On to inning number 4. It's the Red Sox 6 and the Reds nothing. Start of the 4th,
Leading
and
off
now
for the
Joe
Reds,
Random.
catcher, number 34.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
To third, boots it, gets off a throw, and they get it. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out.
29.
And here's the first baseman, Joe Random. Swings through that one for strike 1. What about the fans at Fenway? Would they let you have it from time to time?
They're definitely intelligent baseball fans, which is awesome. They're not waiting for something to happen. They can smell a big inning or anticipate a situation setting itself up.
1 down, base is empty. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
One thing I found that was very cool was making a great play to end the inning and running off the field and getting a standing ovation, even at times when you're not a player on their team. As long as you're not winning, they will celebrate and applaud a great play on the field. These fans here, they love and respect baseball.
So a man aboard, Joe Random, the next to hit for the Reds. Trying to move him over here. Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2.
Now batting, number 3.
Next for Cincinnati, Joe Random. He was a strikeout victim his first time. There's a swing and a drive. Back there. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Reds leave one. They still find themselves down. Ready to go for the last half of the inning.
That's ball 4.
Anthony Valencia up next for the Red Sox. 0 for 2 in this one. Foul ball.
So, Boog, you went to college in this town. What was it like for you being a college student and having the opportunity to bounce over here to Fenway Park and see some games?
Yeah, in fact, 1990, a couple of college classmates and I, we were in college. We bought standing room tickets, and then the next night, and he'll pull into second safely.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Second and third, one gone. Lane Huffman up next for the Red Sox. That one fouled off. Two on, one out. Inside.
No, that's a ball.
And the count even 1-1. Just
No,
off
that's a
the
ball.
inside edge.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Random sizes this one up, brings it in. Both runners tagging. He's in to score on the sac fly, and they're pulling away up by 7 now.
In that situation, you're looking to get something up in the zone that you can put in the air. Worst case scenario, a sacrifice fly to drive in that runner from third.
Random stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Fastball for a strike. Fly ball down the line. And it falls. In comes the run from third to add on. It's an RBI single. It's 8-0. So he gets 2 milestones with that hit. His first big league knock. And he drives in his. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Random makes the grab, 1 down. And now the right fielder, Joe Random. He's 0 for 1. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Random measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210 pounds, usually a first baseman. Today he starts in right.
Yeah, I always thought that was an interesting transition because you're pretty much on the same spot on the field looking in at home plate, but you're a little further back this time, so I'm sure when you're playing right field after moving from first base, it's a little bit of a delay of game by the time the ball gets to you.
Swing and a miss. And the count now even
2
up.
balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Joe Random. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Fastball for a strike. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well and the rest of the infield.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. And 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. Still 8-0. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking
19.
over on the mound.
Ball four. Take your base. 3.
So the lineup flips over, and the batter now, Joe Random. Lee back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Reds looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations. And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arms warm forever if it's a long break, and going to have to exit this game a little early.
So up next, Joe Random. Line drive, makes the grab for the second out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Random at the plate and takes high there.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Way high.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
Ball 3. Full count.
Goes down looking. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. Red Sox 8. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Right through there for a strike. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Joe Random getting ready to go. Random also throwing. And that's downstairs. And it's 1-1. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this, but yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
And it remains 2-2. And a pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Back in Boston, top of inning number 7. And now the first baseman, Joe Random. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
1-1 now. Fastball for a strike.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Out to short. And he can't come up with it.
He's safe.
Well, it's been a struggle on offense for them in this one, so maybe that wakes them up a little bit. You know, an error can certainly give the opposing lineup something to get excited about. You got somebody on base, so we'll see if they can make something of it.
In the air out to center, and that'll get down for a hit. And out to a board.
Now batting,
Joe
number 3.
Random digs in now. Top of the zone for a called strike.
Well, timing is the key to great hitting, and right now that door is still locked. They haven't been able to figure out pitch sequences, and it's impacting them across the board.
Back to the mound. It hit him. Still able to get it there in time, and they get it out of the play.
Now batting, number
And now
12.
they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
2 on with 1 out. Joe Brandom, the next to hit for the Reds. That one out to right, settles underneath it, and makes the grab. Runner tagging from third. He scores on the sac fly. It's 8-1. In now for the Reds, Joe Brandom. Ball 1, no strikes. Fastball for a strike. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game.
Ball 4, take the base.
Bases all loaded up. Valencia, the next to hit. 1 for 4 with a double. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
That one down the line, and that's just foul. Random, the runner at third. Random on second. Random on at first with 2 down. Squirts away a little bit. No movement on the bases. 1-2 the count. Two outs. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K.
Pitching for the
Welcome
Red
back,
Sox.
and a new arm on the mound to start the
Number
8th.
That's ball 4. You're out. Out. You're out. Out. 3. Ball 4. Take your base. Out.
Lee with his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure he'll feel very good about that and get the ball for his trophy case as he should. A start he won't ever forget.
9-1 is how it ends. For Chris. just about set and getting to start. Benito Castro and singing. A special day for him. He's making his major league debut here.
And I'm sure he's got some nerves. He'll be excited for that first pitch to be in and over with so that he can settle into pitching just like he did in the minor leagues. Exciting moment. He's got his family in town. I think this moment's going to be a huge tone setter for his career.
Swing and a ball line to center. Brandon makes the play, and there's the one away. So digging in, Joe Brandon. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
No ball. One strike.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
0-2.
Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Gets it there in time, though, and they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play.
The first baseman.
2 down, base is empty. Now up next for Arizona, Joe Brandon. Here's a swing and a line drive and a base hit into right field. And that keeps the inning alive.
Wastes no time there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Now it's going to be Joe Brandon. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in the second game of the series. And there's a base hit to left. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Joe Brandon with his first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure he'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for him and his family. A guy works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Coming home. He scores and they have the lead. Rounds third, headed for the plate. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. So they get 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Back at Yankee Stadium, getting the nod on the mound, Dave Brandon. What do you got on him, Chris?
There's always a bit of a learning curve for rookie pitchers. You've got to get familiar with these big league hitters, and it's more of a chess match. But I think this kid's got good stuff and the potential to be great.
Milt Padilla, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Brandon makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Batting second, the designated
and time
hitter,
now to check out the New York Yankees lineup.
Middleton.
Finding themselves down a run early, they'd like to punch back here with a run of their own.
Absolutely, Boog, but I don't expect them to change their approach because of that run. They still want to put together strong at-bats. Be patient out there and get a feel for this starting pitcher.
Miles Middleton stepping in now for the Yankees. Ground ball right side. And he handles it himself for the out. 2 outs, base is empty.
The first
and next for New York, DeAndre Averill. Edge of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1.
Good pitch down around the knees. You want to be there all game. In a park like this, a pop-up sometimes will carry out.
Next offering is fouled back. Almost got him. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Gets to it onto first. Throw, save. And that was close. So he's able to reach first base despite the strikeout, and that extends the inning. Kind of a tough turn of events for the defense there.
Yeah, it's maybe a little bit of a morale killer. For a second, you think you're about to go hit, but really quickly you have to refocus and be ready for the next play. We'll see if they can work around it.
So a man at first. Here's the catcher, Rory McCann. That one catches the corner for a strike. That's off the mark, and it's a ball and a strike.
That's a ball.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. Averill leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next pitch just misses, and that's ball 3. Softly hit to third, random. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden you got another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
Joe Random in the box now. Takes strike 1. Swung on, belted. Ranging back. That one is gone. His first homer of the year. It's 3-1. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
Joe Random in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that extends the inning.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
2 outs, runner at first. Joe Random stepping in now for the Yankees.
Outside.
This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. Next offering is in for a strike. And it's fouled away. Two outs. And that's outside.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Struck him out looking. Yankees with a 3-run shot. And this is now a 3-1 ball. Back here in New York, here's the second baseman, Joe Random.
Joe Random.
Castro back to work.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Hit on the ground to the right side. Averill steps on the bag and quickly one away in the second. Joe Random stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No ball. 2 strikes. Ball.
This hitter's been seeing good velocity in the at-bat. It's kind of set up for that changeup. He hasn't seen it yet. Looks just like a fastball out of the hand.
1 down, base is empty. Gets a piece and stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Next offering misses,
2 balls,
and the count is
2
2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the 2nd out, and that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting the ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
Ball. No.
Edge of the zone for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
2-2.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And the Diamondbacks down in order. Score holds. It's 3-1. Back at Yankee Stadium, bottom of the 2nd. And stepping in for the Yankees, Joe Random. Swing and a miss.
Boog, it looked like that curveball backed up on him, and although it's a mistake, it works out really good for the pitcher. The hitter's timed it up, expects it to be to a certain spot, and it just doesn't get there.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
That one just misses, and it's 2-2. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strengths. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
And the batter now, Joe Random. The shortstop takes the ball. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 umpires, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
There's the strike.
2-1.
And a foul ball. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Random under it. Makes the grab. 2 down.
Now batting.
So the batting order turns over. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Milt Padilla. Popped out and foul ground first time through. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Padilla, a former All-Star, 25 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. That one pushed foul. 2 out, space is empty. The other way, makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Yankees, but they still lead it 3-1. All set for the
Leading
start
off
of the
for
inning.
Arizona,
Now the third baseman, Joe Random.
Random.
That one's upstairs, ball one. Fastball for a strike. This one lifted in the air, left field. That one gets down for a hit. And that turns the lineup over.
A late jump, and I think that was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the ball off the bat. Something to improve.
Joe Random stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 0 for 1 so far. And a sac bunt here. Over to first. Out. And that's an out on the sacrifice.
The center fielder, number 5, Joe Random.
Joe Random stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Grounded out his first time. Up the middle. Random. The throw wide at first, and both runners are safe.
See, Boog, that right there, that's a perfect example of why he shouldn't be out there at that position. He clearly isn't comfortable. He doesn't look fluid. His footwork's all over the place, and just can't make that throw to beat the runner.
2 on, 1 out. Random getting ready to hit. Late swing, fouled off. Random on third. Random at first. 1 gone. Swings through that one.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Upstairs.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
2-2.
In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. Line drive, base hit. Runner from third comes across, and it's an RBI single, and they trail by 1. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Random stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
1 ball, no strike.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
And there's a strike on the outside corner.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And fouled off. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Well, this is where the team aspect really comes into play on the offensive side of the game, right? I mean, missed opportunity to tie it up with the runner at third and 1 out. Couldn't put the ball in play. So now it's time to pick him up. And that's where good teams, they go to. They operate on this level of next man up. That mentality is what causes them to win series, get into the postseason. And that helps keep the energy and morale high in the dugout.
Random, the next to hit, takes low for a ball. Strike on the inside corner. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Try to get him to chase on the changeup that time.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Random on the move. Squeezes it. And that's the 3rd out. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Back here at the ballpark,
Leading
let's
up
check out the
for
latest
Yankees,
news from around the league.
Designated hitter, Miles Middleton.
Pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. And another ball. Fastball for a strike. Now one missed. Next pitch in for a strike. Full count now.
Full count.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Now batting, first baseman, DeAndre Averill.
And here's the first baseman, DeAndre Averill. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, bases empty. And that skips in the dirt. Late on that fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. One down, base is empty. Towards first, Random. He'll do it himself. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Rory McCann stepping in now for the Yankees. That just misses. And that's ball 1. Fastball is outside.
He hasn't wanted to challenge in both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate. You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
That one's in there. Strike 1. And McCann fouls it off. The wind of the pitch. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So they go quietly there. 3 innings complete. Yankees 3. Back in the Bronx, John Shelby with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Joe Random. A little bit low. And that is ball 1.
Well, these Diamondbacks showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
That's in there. That's strike two.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set him up to do more damage later in this game.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Boog, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
So up next, Joe Brandon struck out swinging his first time. Pitch is in there. That's strike one.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Clips the corner. No balls, two strikes.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Random in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Ground ball left side and foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Bottom 4, and
Leading
stepping in for the Yankees, Joe
the left
Brandon.
fielder, Joe Brandon.
Right through there for a strike.
You know, these Yankees showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Random, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Singy 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in 1 game, and before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan, and he said to me, "Hey kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit." Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Joe Brandon.
And up next for New York, Joe Brandon. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me, he said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
2 down, nobody on. Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Up with it, fires to first. In time. So the drop 3rd strike doesn't hurt him, and that's that. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Castro back to work. That misses the zone. Ball 1. And there's a strike. That finds the mark on the inside corner.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into right field. So now back to the top of the order.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
And here is Joe Brandom. Drops a bunt down the first base side. And a foul ball. Gets the bunt down the right side. They apply the tag, and the runner moves up to second. And now the center fielder, Joe Brandom, 1 for 2. And that is in for a strike. 0-1.
And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there, but left the bat on his shoulder.
There's a strike.
All right, now he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
That's a ball. 1 ball.
Tying run in scoring position, and we're at the top of the 5th. On the ground to third.
That's
down
foul.
the line, and it's foul. And a ball evens the count. Runner at second here, 1 gone. In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. Three-two now. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field. It's going to fall for a hit. Around from second is the tying run. And he'll reach second with 1 away.
Up next,
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Brandom now at the plate. Line drive, that's a base hit. Runner around third. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 4-3.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Joe Brandom.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
Lays down a bunt to the right side. And a foul ball. Bunting, but that's a foul ball. And a sac bunt here. Averill over to second, and they'll just get the 1.
Up next for the Diamondbacks, the designated hitter, Joe Brandom.
And here is Joe Brandom. Brandom, in his rookie season, just 19 years old. And he's usually a first baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. That That's a strike. It's 0-1.
Some people say that first basemen kind of have the day off regularly because they don't run around a whole lot. But when you think about it, they are involved in just about every single play, and there's a lot of stress that gets put on their legs. So a well-deserved day at the DH spot for him.
It gets down, a base hit. And now two aboard. Joe Brandon stands in now for the Diamondbacks. 0 for 2 in this one. And that is downstairs. Ball 1. Two on, 2 outs.
Right.
Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. 1 runs in. Throw is high and over his head. Coming home. He's in there. It's a 3-run game, 6-3.
Well, he was a little off balance. He got the front foot down, but was so great at keeping the hands back and allowed him still to get good wood to this baseball. Big one there as he drives in a couple of runs.
Pitching for
So
the
they turn
New York
things over to the
Yankees,
righty, Joe Brandon.
Number
Pretty
17.
tight game, so they're looking for quality
Joe
pitches out of him right here.
Brandon.
Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And now, Joe Brandon. And a swing and a miss.
0-1.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
The shortstop takes the ball. That one fouled off, 2-2. Brandon on at second with 2 down. The next pitch misses, and the count's full. Brandon on deck for Arizona. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
Picks himself up an RBI. Just kept it simple. Played pepper at the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Now it's the right fielder, Joe Brandon. Right through there for a strike.
No ball, 1 strike.
Two outs. That misses the zone. 1-1. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Barney Cervone getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Next offering upstairs. Way out front for strike 2.
Betting really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Line to left. And now maybe extra bases. Now he launches a throw over his head. Coming home. He will score.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. He got a pitch he could get to out front, kept his bat through the ball, and didn't pull off or roll his hands over. And that allowed him to rip that ball down the line for the double.
So runner at second, 2 down. Brandon digs in now. That one's in there. 0-1.
0-1.
Line drive. Takes it himself. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. So in the end, 10 come to the plate. 6 of them come around to score. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, we head to the bottom of the 5th. And now the right fielder, Joe Brandom. Swinging a foul out of play. The 0-1. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Random stands in now and watches strike 1. The shortstop takes the ball. Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
1-2.
Slice to right and foul ball. Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of the zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Padilla up for the 3rd time here. Watches that one miss. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Missed with a changeup, and it's 2-1. And a foul ball. Fly ball to right. Random makes the play, and that will end the inning. Back in New York, top 6. Here's the left fielder, Joe Brandom. In the air, left field, down the line. And that is a foul ball. Bounced up the middle. Throws to first. Out. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, the center fielder, Joe Brandom.
Here's the center fielder, Joe Brandom. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Brandom right there to make the grab, and there's 2 away. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now the DH, Miles Middleton. Splits the plate, strike 1. That one's upstairs, ball 1. On the ground, right side. Foul. And it goes just foul. That misses. Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Random brings it in, and there's 1 down.
Now batting, first
DeAndre Averill stepping in now for the Yankees. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1. Movement in the bullpen. Joe Brandom, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Brandom also getting ready. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Tapped softly on the ground. Brandom. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Rory McCann, the next to hit. And that misses. 1-0.
1 ball, no strike.
And another ball.
Good miss with that changeup away. He needs a ball on the ground for a double play. Minimize the potential threat right here. On the hitter's side, nice job of laying off that pitch.
This one popped up. Random sizing this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there are 2 outs. So 2 down now. And here is Joe Brandom. He's already homered here in this one. That one's in there, 0-1. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Out towards right center field. Random has a beat on it. Nabs it. And that is that. The Yanks leave 1.
Now pitching.
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. Yankees. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Keenan Middleton.
93.
I think it's got to be.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Yankees, the center fielder, Joe Random.
Outside low, and that's ball 1.
1-0.
Just missed. And a swing and a miss.
Well, he came right at him right there, challenged him with the 2-0 fastball. Not sure exactly what he was looking for, but got to imagine that's a confidence booster on the mound. You're in that hitter's head a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Grounds 1 to short. Throws it away. And it's going to wind up out of play.
For the offense, that's basically as good as a leadoff double. You got a man in scoring position. Great chance to put something on the board right now. So we'll see how they approach it. On the mound, he's feeling some early pressure that he's got to try to work through.
Now pitching for
so out of the pen for the Diamondbacks, Joe Brandom.
7.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Runner in scoring position.
your base.
Miles Middleton will hit next. 0 for 3 in this one. Fouled off. He was late. The Yankees looking to rally. Here's your 1. Swing and a ball popped up. Lunges, but can't make the catch. 1 run across. Oh, the throw is over his head.
That's a lonely feeling for an outfielder. The read wasn't great, and it really hurts when it costs your team a run.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Joe Random is done. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with it.
Pitching for
Joe
Arizona.
Random on to pitch out of the pen here.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
With the tying run at the plate, here at the bottom of the 7th. Next pitch is downstairs. The tying run at the plate. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score. And the tying runs at second base with a double.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for this team. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball. Chance now to even this game if they can put a ball in play, maybe an error, maybe a hit.
Rory McCann stepping in now for the Yankees. Fastball is outside. So the tying run at second.
2-0.
This one in the dirt. The tag at third, and he's out. Inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. So it's 4 runs for him, 4 hits, 1 error. And back in the Bronx, and now Joe Brando.